Hey, Starlight. Sounds like you're going through some loneliness right now. I'd love to talk you through it. Is it okay if I reach out to you from time to time? Thank you. So I heard recently in a video when I was looking into this topic, Dr. Therese Mascardo was saying that loneliness can be very much independent for how many people are around us, how much company we keep, and how many people and how frequently we see them. When there's an absence of us feeling seen, heard, understood, and known, we can feel loneliness. And another YouTuber, his channel's The Healthy Gamer, he was saying that we are often left to our own devices to try to repair our loneliness, and that can be a difficult prospect. And I would like to try to say some things that might have you feel seen. And in a way, these will be affirmations. So, just want to start by saying that you are completely normal, completely human in feeling lonely. If there's some sort of emptiness, if there's some sort of vacancy that you feel inside yourself, and a need for connection, a need for interconnection with others, even if you have many people around you and feel like there's still something missing, you're normal in that. You are completely normal in that. We all have varying degrees of loneliness. I think it might be virtue of just our own traits, and also what happens in time across our lifespan. Different circumstances happen to us. And even if we have a foundation, if we grew up in certain circumstances where we were given a lot of positive feedback, and that's helped us to feel confident and happy in a lot of different situations, maybe self-sufficient, among other things, even with that, there can be times in life where that can be challenged. And not all of us have grown up in those circumstances. Many of us have gone through a lot of things. And so might mean there's a little bit of extra push, a little bit of extra oomph that we need in walking up the hill of life. And that's okay. That's okay. It's acknowledging we are here. This is where we are. And we're not alone. So much as we are feeling lonely, know that there are others out there. Others out there that feel the similar feelings that you do, that feel a need for connection. So, Starlight, you are normal. You're normal. And that might not be very comforting if you're thinking, well, great, what does this mean for me? Well, I think what it means, and I'm getting out my fake crystal ball, what this means is that many people go through spans, periods of loneliness and come out of them. So I think that is something we can take comfort in. Know that you do not have to be destined to feel lonely for good. Know that there are many who came before you who are actively pulling or being pulled out of loneliness. That it is possible. And so I understand, I know that is not going to remedy everything whatsoever. This is an exercise, just some words. My hope is to provide some comfort I know that this is not going to fix your problems when it comes to loneliness, but I just want you to know sincerely that you are not alone. Why don't we light? I have my seasonal candle that I think is very pretty and I think is fitting. I tend to save it, I think, for special occasions, but I think we should light a candle in honor of our shared experience. People in the past, people in the present, people in the future that will feel lonely. And so you can think about, I think it's useful, what would you like to have be seen, to have be heard, to be known, to be understood? What are some of those things about you that you would like others to be aware of? I think knowing, having an idea of what some of the puzzle pieces are that we'd like to share can be helpful, even for us to increase our knowing and feeling heard and feeling seen and understood within ourselves. I'm going to, if it's okay, reach in and do some plucking, do some energy plucking. Again, I'm not pretending that this is transformative. It's almost for fun to take that stress, to pull it out. It's a visualization and remove it. I've got my scissors here. You know what, Starlight, angels, I wear gloves when I can't be bothered to do my nails. And I think that they can create some texture that sounds nice. But just wanted to tell you that confession. I'm going to take some of that stress and pull it out and snip it away. Snip it away. Taking it, pulling it, snipping it, and telling you it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Taking some of that stress, snipping it, dissolving it, ridding it, taking that stress, snipping it. Imagine that we're melting, just envisioning that feeling seen, feeling heard, feeling understood. You might picture what setting that takes place in. By the way, I think what happens in life is that we'll find ourselves in situations we didn't realize would bring about these feelings. We might encounter something where we didn't realize that we could ever be seen or heard or understood or known in that way. And that can be really illuminating and surprising, and I wish that for all of us on a continual, on a basis throughout life, because we continue to grow. But I think there's also ways, and in our minds, we have an idea. We might have an idea of what would be comforting to us. One thing that the Healthy Gamer said, and I'll link his video down below, was that Again, it can be a lot to approach this on our own, but maybe instead of approaching our loneliness from a way where we're seeking being seen, known, and understood, we can try to help someone else feel seen, known, understood, and heard. And I think part of the logic in that pluck is that the outcome, pluck, is a bit more predictable. It's a bit more, I don't want to say in our control, because we may reach out to someone and experience a rejection, and that's okay. But the fact that we've reached out, the fact that we are trying to help remedy or wanting to have someone feel seen, heard, known, and understood, the fact that we've put out that intention in the world, we do have control over. We know that we've done something to try to make the world a better place, and so he suggests casting a net, trying to contact 3 people to see if we can hear their story. Might be someone we're very familiar with, someone we're close with. Could be a colleague. Could be someone in your community that you know gives back quite a bit. And it's okay if it's not right now something that is even remotely in your stratosphere of what you're feeling like you have the energy to do. But I thought I would share because it was a perspective I hadn't heard before in that language, and I liked it. It's something I will keep in mind, because I too encounter loneliness as I'm human, and I go through different periods in life, and I'm very fortunate in having a wonderful support circle, but it's just something that I experience inside of me, and it's something I have to work through, but acknowledge it is, and I feel some comfort in knowing it's a state that can be impermanent. Its impermanence is comfortable to me, and I can think of it as a calculation and thinking, oh, I noticed this. I notice I am having a certain need. You are normal. Another affirmation I'd like to share with you is that you are deserving of these things. And I don't want you to be discouraged, Angel, if when you reach out to someone, if you may not hear back or you don't get the response that you wanted. It's not reflective of your worthiness, your deservingness to have connection, to be seen, heard, understood, and known. It can be a matter of the fitting of that connection, what's going on in that person's life, or it may be that there's feedback that we can take to help us grow as a person, to improve and to take on to the next step that we approach the next interaction with. I don't think these are positive things. They can absolutely hurt. I don't want to detract from that. But the feedback that we get, what I wish for you, for me, for everyone, is to be in tune with it, to be able to sit with it and understand. And just because you might face a rejection doesn't mean that what that person needs or desires or is wanting from an interaction is what everyone wants. But you may pick up on patterns that are highly useful, Angel. So I wish for us to continue to be attuned. Interacting with people, as far as I know, is an ongoing phenomenon. I say that thinking of some very futuristic setting, or maybe we're, I don't know, living all in some sort of screen world that's even more so than what we already are. I'm gonna do some more plucking. Pluck. Just imagining love. We're taking each strand of love, each strand of love, each strand of love, each strand pluck, each strand pluck. Dr. Mascardo was suggesting that maybe support groups can be helpful. I think that's a very readily accessible thing that we can do, especially if we're feeling cooped up, like we don't want to get out of the house at the moment. If that's your experience, there are online support groups. And I liked that the Healthy Gamer brought up, it's a meditation. I think he calls it metta or loving kindness meditation. I'll also link, there's a meditation teacher, her name's Sharon Salzberg, and I've done many of her loving kindness meditations on the 10% Happier app, and I found those very calming and soothing. And so we're wishing ourselves compassion and wishing that for others and for the world. And it goes, and I will link it because these are not my words. She says, may I be safe, may I be happy, may I be healthy and filled with ease. And I really like those words. And she says filled with ease instead of perhaps free from suffering or free from pain, because using that positive language might have more levity for those conducting the meditation. So I invite you to use words that are comforting for you. May I be safe. May I be healthy. May I have full expression in my life. And may I have levity. I'm making a couple of those up. May I be safe. May I be healthy. May I live to my fullest expression. May I have levity. May you be safe. May you be healthy. May you live to your fullest expression, if it's in your thoughts, and what you're able to do, what your best is today. And your best means what my counselor has shared with me. Your best changes day to day. Your best in the past might have been running a marathon, and your best today may have been washing your hair. May you live, may you have the strength to live to your fullest expression, and may you have levity. May you be safe. May you be healthy. May you live to your fullest expression today. And may you have levity. Even if you're going through a dark time, to be able to remember or to think of something. Say if you've incurred a loss, something that brought you joy from that interaction, even if it's colored with sorrow, could be something that you experienced with that being, with that circumstance that brought you joy. May you have some levity. I wish you laughter. I wish you smiling, even if just for a moment. And then we wish the world to be safe, to be healthy, to have the ability, the resources, the love and the comfort to thrive at their full expression and to have levity. If you think of another mantra or another phrase to add, feel free to comment. And I will for sure link this below. I'm wishing you so well, angels. Starlight, Starbright. Thank you for tuning in. I very much wish for you at some point, even if just within yourself, to feel more seen, heard, known, and understood. I'm wishing you well. I'm wishing you well. I'm wishing you well.